Alright, in this video, we're gonna get back to some maintenance on the bike. I gotta change my oil, check my air filter, more than likely clean it, and I got some extra parts. Power commander that I'm gonna hook up, and I have that gold thermal tape. So Power Commander 6, I got gold thermal tape that I'm gonna hook up. But before you do get started changing your oil, you need either an oil filter wrench or an oil filter cup to remove your oil filter. You're gonna need T4 and T5 Torx sockets to take off your bolts for your fairings and your gas tank. You're gonna need an 8mm socket for your fairings. You're gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver for your air filter to get the nuts off, or the screws off of the top of your air box, and a 17mm. If you still have your stock oil drain plug, you're gonna need a 17mm wrench or a socket with a ratchet to take your drain plug off. And I have my air tool I can blow my air filter out with. You know, got the V300, that's the Getty green. I might try that 7 next time. It's red. Kawasaki oil filter, the ZX10 oil filter. This is the stock oil filter number that you'll need at 160970011. But without further ado, I'm gonna get the bike moved. I got my little air tank over here set up and ready. I'm gonna get this cold start. See if I'm in neutral. Yep, neutral. that should be warm enough. I got my oil catch. I can drain my oil out into that. Then I transfer it, the dirty oil into one of these and take it to the auto parts store. This is my old V300 that I used already. And let me get this bike moved real quick. Let me get it moved. Now let me get my stands. Now we got an issue. But this container is too high for the bike, right? It's too high to get to the drain on the bike. So what we're gonna do is use this to capture all the old oil. Gonna use this little pan to capture all the old oil because it's only 4 quarts of oil. It'll almost get all the way full, but it won't get completely full. And before we do that, we're gonna get a piece of cardboard. Be right back. All right, now that we got our cardboard, I need to clean all this crap. But now that we got our cardboard, that's a bunch of crap from that chain. But now that we got our cardboard, we're gonna knock this 17 off. Easy. And mine, I switched it out to a magnetic bolt. And if you do have front bike stands, you can use your front bike stands and raise the bike up a little bit more, and you'll have enough room or clearance to get your larger oil drain catch up under your bike. Oh, that's some dirty green, boy. That's some dirty green. That's that dirty Incredible Hulk green. And I changed my oil early the majority of the time, so it is dirty, but it's not too bad. And it's my magnetic drain plug. I don't have a washer on it because there was really no need to run a washer. What I'll do is take my old washer off, my old drain plug bolt, put it on here just to have a washer. But if you do run a magnetic drain plug and it has a flat, nice surface like this, you technically don't need a washer. And while your oil is draining, you want to go ahead and loosen up the fill port, your oil fill port. You want to go ahead and loosen that up so you can create like a vent in case there's oil trapped in the engine somewhere. You want to create a vent to get that oil to drain out. Come on. Boy, on there. There we go. Well, for a second I thought I was weak. I got weak. I just put it on that tight. Look at that green. That green just sitting there looking at me. That good green. And then you want to sit your drain or your fill port plug down so you won't forget to put oil in your bike. Hopefully you don't do that. All right. Loosening up for me. So you want to slide your oil forward. So when you loosen the filter all the way and you break that seal, the oil gonna start dripping from this little connection point right here, where the seal connects. I'm surprised that my oil is pretty clean. Pretty clean. I guess it's because I change my oil so often. Yeah, you want to let all that oil drip up out of there. And you see how more is coming out the back end because we've taken the oil filter off and created that secondary vent also. So more oil is draining out. Oh, I forgot that a little oil collection would have fitted, but my bike is lowered, so yeah, we got that. That fact, I forgot that I lowered it because I ride it so often. I'm used to it. I was thinking about putting a stretch on it, taking this, I don't know, taking this swing arm off and putting a stretch swing arm on it. I don't know, I'm still debating. Still debating. All right. Now that the oil is pretty much stopped dripping, what you want to do, oh, it's already got oil around it. Heck yeah. I ain't never noticed that from the previous times of changing my oil. But what you want to do is pre-fill your oil filter with oil, so when you crank your bike you won't cause a starvation issue, or oil starvation issue. I took the old washer off my old drain plug and put it on this one. So we're gonna get that put on. I keep dipping my dang on fingers inside this oil, but it's all good. And make sure you don't over tighten your nut, your oil drain plug nut, because you can't strip it, because all this is aluminum. Even though it's, you know, hard aluminum, it's still aluminum. You don't want to strip it, because once you strip it, you're gonna need a new oil pan. And that'll be one expensive oil change job. All right, so what I just did was use brake cleaner to clean out my funnel of all debris and old oil before I put my new oil in my bike. I need a better funnel. I don't even like this dang on funnel. Let me check, see something. Yeah. I need to use the extension. Need to use the extendo. It's on the outside, dirt on the outside. Just blowing out air. But make sure you clean your funnel before you put oil in your bike. Putting that clean Cali green back in there. Motul 300 V 1040. And this is a little bit of my residual that I had since I've been changing my oil so often. These Kawasaki's, like I said, the first time I did my oil change, they don't take the full 4 liters. So, yeah, being that they don't take the full 4 liters, you're gonna still have a little oil left over in your containers. And by the time, let's say you do 5-6 oil changes, you'll more than likely have a full 4 liters of this Motul left over, sitting ready for you to use. Let me pop that cap. Bird. Pop that cap on. So I'm gonna pour about half of this in here. When I get to half, I will check my levels. I'll take this camera off my head. Yeah, see, right up in there, you see the level, the eye. Hopefully you can see it, but yeah, I'm right there where I want to be. What I'm gonna do is crank the bike, open the garage first, crank the bike, and see where I am after I let the bike run for a second. Alright, so before you crank the bike, make sure you put your fuel cap back on, and then you crank your bike. Alright, now that you let the bike run, you're gonna let the oil levels come back down to normal. And then check your eye again. Not sure if you can see it, but my oil levels are below the low, and it's pretty much below the low mark. My oil levels are below the low mark, so what I'm gonna do is add more oil. Check my eye again, and it's right in the middle. What I like to do, I like to fill it to right below the full mark, because during normal operation of your bike, you will lose oil over time. Again, you will lose oil over time during normal operation, because you got crankcase evaporation that happens. So I like to be on the high end of my sight eye, the little oil eye. Not sure if you can see that, but it's pretty much even with the full mark. That's how I like to do mine. You can do yours however you want to. It's perfectly fine, as long as it's between the low line and the high line. You should be perfectly fine. And with that, that is how you change your oil on your ZX10. Now we're gonna get into taking off the fairings and the fuel tank in the next video. And I was intending on doing it in this video, but we'll do it in the next video. I'll get back with you. Alright guys, this is the oil transferring process. So if you got a oil collection or oil holder or capturer, this is how you transfer your oil. I put two full, well, it ain't all the way full, but two full dirty, they full of dirty oil. So I put them next to the empty ones to scissor it in, and we just pour it in with a funnel. Pour it into the container with a funnel, so we can get ready to take it to the auto parts store and dump it. And this is not all bike oil. This is oil from my vehicles, because I changed my own oil in my vehicles. If you ain't changing your own oil, you losing money. Some places, you know, don't charge that much, but some places do. When you run a synthetic, and I run synthetic in all my vehicles, even my dirty 240. But I gotta do my brakes on my dirty 240. That's why I haven't done any videos on that. And you just recap it. Make sure you don't overflow your container. You can see the oil at the top. Let me show you. See your oil at the top? Don't overflow your containers, because you'll have a big mess to clean up. And use gloves if you got some. I don't have none right now, so we going bareback. We going in. We going bareback.